I was born into a family where I had an unsaved father and a saved mother, but my father was my hero. And even though he was a man growing up with a polio leg that was all shriveled up, he could do anything. In my eyes, he could do anything. I'd seen him build a house, and he dug the foundation, he put the walls up, he was on top, he was putting the roof on top of that house. He could do anything. My mom, though, she knew the Lord and she was teaching us about the Lord, but honestly, I thought all the while that if my dad didn't need the Lord, why did I need the Lord? And then finally, our little country church there in Michigan had a visiting evangelist come. And that visiting evangelist was Jack Van Impe. He was just starting out in his ministry at that time. But you know, he came with his father, Oscar, and along with his wife, Rexella. She was on the piano. He preached some great messages, but he played some great music throughout the week on that accordion. And I was enthralled with it. I asked my mother if I could go up to the second row, and I was watching from the second row and then the first row with my buddies. By the third night, my mother got my dad to come to those meetings. My dad loved music. He really did. But my dad just got into the back door, sat on the back pew, but still he was enthralled. Each night as Jack Van Impe gave the invitation, this little 10-year-old's heart was being tugged. The first night I wanted to go and trust Christ, but I thought, wait a minute, my dad isn't saved. I don't need it. Second night, same thing. Third night, and that continued all the way to the last night. Now, my dad, because he was a polio victim and he didn't have a brace on that leg, had to brace the knee with his hand, and he'd throw it out, his leg out, and clomp it on the floor and push his knee in. It made a distinctive clump. And I, as a little boy, had heard that all my life. And this was a wooden floor in that little country church. Well, on Friday night, my dad stepped out to receive Christ as Savior. He came down that aisle. I heard the distinctive walk that my father had. And he stood in that front of that church, and Jack Van Impe took him by the hand. Jack Van Impe had been preaching about the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Well, that night, I too stepped out and received Jesus Christ as my personal Savior. What a glorious thing that was.